Yeah. Oh, yes, a question.
Question, yes.
Yes?
A recent development in your career has been that you've turned into being an author. Have you enjoyed promoting your first book, Acid Drops?
Yes, well, you are rather shoved around. It's worse than touring. It's worse than touring with a play, I think. But I've heard some delightful things. I heard from an authoress who was at one of her signing sessions, and, you know, sometimes the diction isn't that good. And she said this lady said Emma Chiswick, so she put down best wishes to Emma Chiswick. And then this woman said, "What's you written in here?" And said, "Your name, Emma Chiswick." She said, "I said how much is it?" But the trouble with that writing, do you see, the trouble with writing, especially a book like Acid Drops, which is really all about put-downs, acid put-downs, malignant thrusts, if you like, is that you remember afterwards loads of things that you wanted to put in, and you didn't. I mean, one of the lovely put-downs was told me by Jeremy Swan. We were doing Jack and Ori, and he said that when Bobby Helpman was doing the Dream in America, they played a stadium at one point and did the ballet in a floodlit sports stadium, and Robert was given the umpire's room because they felt, you know, it was the most commodious room. And so he was given the umpire's room, and then Boy went round calling the half, you know, and knocked on the door for half an hour and got no reply, so he went in. And on a table, Robert Helpman had put a chair, and on top of that chair he was standing, craning with a mirror and a makeup stick against the one naked light bulb that was hanging from the ceiling. And he said, "Are you all right up there?" Doing this very elaborate eye makeup for Oberon. Gold and green, you see. "Are you all right up there, Sir Robert?" And he said, "Oh, yes, I'm fine." Goodness knows how these umpires manage. It's a marvellous reply, you know. And it is so essentially theatrical, because I think actors are absorbed so often, you know, by their craft, by their profession, and have really got no interest in anything else, you know.
Just a minute.
Just a minute?
I mean, just a minute. Could you tell us about Just a Minute? Because you always seem to win it.
Oh, I don't always.
Cheat.
I don't always.
You cheat. That's what you do.
Yes, well, I'm afraid. Yes, I have to answer. I have to answer honestly and truthfully. I have cheated, yes. What I do is sometimes go into German, because I think, well, they can't fault me on that, you see, because it doesn't say you've got to speak in English, so I can do a bit of, "Ich weiß nicht, was soll es bedeuten, dass ich so traurig bin, ein Märchen aus alten Zeiten, das kommt mir nicht aus dem Sinn," because I know one or two songs, and I get away with that. Or I do Stanley Unwin. I did Stanley Unwin on it and won on that occasion by saying, "Positive thoughts strange, right in the early morning, the rain thoughts of clarity in the mind, low to open that very pretty ancient British sparkles where the wax was fluffy in the eardrobes in order to pass the siren safely with a dangly chandelier, Harry the Acres, Catherine of Arabold," which I think is lovely. Catherine of Arabold, because you feel she's there, don't you? He does these marvellous names. You feel it is the real thing. You know it is the real thing. I always love Stanley Unwin for that. And I've won sometimes on that, but that Parsons, Nicholas Parsons, he says things like, "Well, I'm not lying there. Your diction's appalling." And I said, "As good as yours when you got your teeth in." Well, and then he said, "Disgraceful, really, Kenneth. I couldn't talk like that." And I said, "Of course you couldn't. You haven't got my vocabulary."